hello to all our plus ones and welcome
back to the Vow Factor. We hope that you guys are having a masterpiece Monday.
I am having a masterpiece Monday. How are you?
I am having a masterpiece Monday because I am spending this Monday with you.
I'm spending this Monday with you and we're recording today.
Yes.
Oh, it feels good to be back.
It does. Makes me want a hot dog real bad. Sorry, we watched Legally Blonde 2 last night.
Oh my God.
And we also watched Legally Blonde 1 the night before. And we just realized how iconic Legally Blonde 2 is.
So iconic.
There's so many like pop culture like references, like current pop culture references that come from Legally Blonde 2, which is so funny because it's like such a low budget, silly little film.
It's amazing.
But it's an amazing film. The
I'm
jokes
going
are just
to be
so
an
good.
amazing lawyer.
Amazing. We're amazing podcasters. Oh my gosh.
All right.
Well, okay. Today's episode is really great for wedding content creators.
Yep.
Because we're going to be talking all about our workflow, our pre-wedding workflow.
And our post-wedding workflow.
These are very important things.
Equally as important.
Yes.
Equally as trial and error type of things. But
yes,
I think we should talk about how we got here.
Yeah, exactly. So currently, what would you say is your pre-wedding workflow?
So, of course, in order to get a wedding, you have to have an inquiry. So when I get an inquiry, I email them back and we got to get on the phone and we got to chat.
And what do you say in your email?
This is a whole thing because I change this all the time.
It's like trial and error, and you guys should.
This is the biggest trial and error of my personal. This is what I think is my biggest trial and error is what do you say? Because I think your first impression is everything.
Yeah.
And I actually think this is like the most pressure. I don't feel that much pressure when I'm on a phone call. I feel a lot of pressure when I'm emailing back someone and I want them to know that I'm really excited that they've inquired and I'm not just saying that, I actually mean it.
Yeah.
And my biggest thing is I love to talk to everyone. I prefer to do a
inside joke.
I prefer to do a Zoom call.
I don't prefer.
Or a Google Meet. Yeah, you don't prefer.
To do a video call is my first. I can do it, like if my client requests it.
And I'll do a phone call if requested.
But I get too anxious.
And
I'm an anxious girl.
And I feel like I'm all personality in like my face and hand movements and like that's what people are going to see on the day. And so I'm like, I love to put a face to a face. I love them to put a face to a face or a face to a name, I should say. Not a face to a face. That makes no sense. But
let's put a face to a face.
Yeah, put a face to a face. Jesus Christ. Put a face to a name. And I think it goes both ways. I think they feel really confident in making their decision. Not that they don't just from a phone call, but that's what I really like to do when I was a bride. So I kind of take that.
It's all about confidence, like in these calls.
Yes.
So like,
so if
there's no
feel
yes, there's no right or wrong way to do them.
No,
but I think like it's really important for you, the business owner, to kind of move this process through in a way that makes you feel really good, confident, and empowered.
I agree.
For me personally, video calls stress me out because I feel like I have to look really good for them. 1, 2, I'm very distracted by things that are going on in the video, whether it's noises, people walking past the camera, dogs barking, like whatever it is. And I feel like I cannot settle down and just like focus on the task at hand, which is getting to know this client and selling them on my services.
What is like your one secret sauce type of piece of advice you would give?
Just in terms of like the initial call.
And you're in.
For me, it's about making a friend. Mm-hmm. That's all. Like we really just don't even discuss pricing or really what the packages look like until the very end. And my goal is to get on the phone and to always make a friend. Whether it works out and it actually turns into, a converted, sale. I think at the end of the day, especially in the wedding industry, it's really important to focus on network, helping people. I mean, it's just like a stressful time in your life and a beautiful time in your life. And I think it's nice to know that, you know, you have somebody in your corner always. And I want anybody who talks with me, whether they book me or not, to know that I'm there for you.
Yeah.
I know all of the other wedding content creators in the area. They're all lovely. Like, you really cannot go wrong.
No, but it's about finding the right fit.
And I think that's the most important thing.
And I think you get that by getting on the phone, or getting on a call, whether it's on the phone or a Google Meet or whatever it is. Like, I've had people be like, hey, like, is this a Zoom? Like, I love a face-to-face. And I'm like, it is, but I would have done that regardless. I'm sure if someone asked you, if they were like, I would hop on, you know?
Absolutely, yeah, same.
I took a phone call last week. I didn't do a Zoom, and she booked last night.
Yeah. It's perfect. It doesn't matter.
That was the funniest thing for you, a call of my entire life.
I love
it.
Those.
Was over an hour.
I just had one of those. It was, but that's like what works. And I feel like when you go into your, you know, inquiry calls or, you know, I mean, they're sales calls. I
didn't even understand at first.
Yeah, I didn't know when I got into this job. And obviously this is great for new wedding content creators to know that it is a sales job.
Yeah.
It is first a sales job. You don't get to be creative and go to weddings and do these things without being able to sell. And for me, it's all about survival at the end of the day, and you have to do what makes you feel best in order to make that sale and in order to stay relaxed. We talked about this in an earlier episode. You got to stay relaxed. It took a lot of pressure off of me thinking that like, oh, I got to make this sale. I hope that this, you know, person books me. Like, and I just was like, what if I just go into this and I'm just like having a call just to get to know this person and like try to find something in common and make a friend? Like, what if that just was the purpose of this call? And so in my company, the way I do things, that is the purpose of that call, is to make a friend. And 9 times out of 10, they are going to book. People want to work with people they trust, and they want to work with their friends.
They want to work with people that they like.
Yeah.
Which is, I feel like we say that in every episode.
Yeah.
In some way or another. Your wedding is such a special day. Emotions are so heightened, whether they're anxiety, excitement, like a little bit of maybe like sadness if someone's not there. Like, emotions are just high regardless. And you need to know that the people that are going to be there for you on your wedding day are people that are in your corner, that have your best interest on their mind and in their heart at all times.
Yeah.
And I think that initial call is so important for that.
It is. It kind of, you know, goes to show like if you're going to vibe and mesh with someone and this person, I mean, you're, first of all, as a business owner, you're spending possibly 12 plus hours with them all day long. So on the most important day of their life. So you really do need to have some sort of, you know, I like to call it like client chemistry. You know, you need to have good client chemistry.
Yeah, I like that term actually.
Yeah.
Yes, client chemistry. That's a good one.
Client chem. Sabrina has bed chem. We have client chem.
Oh gosh.
We have really good wedding chem. But anyway. This needs to be clipped.
Oh my gosh.
For social right now. To our editor, if you're listening. Obviously you are. I would hope you are. Yeah, we got client chem, we got wedding chem.
We'll come up with ask chat to make a cheer for us.
We will. Oh my god, that's been our newest obsession, is asking ChatGPT to make cheers for us.
Please do it.
I love it.
Please ask it
It's
to make
so
a cheer.
funny.
It is so funny.
But anyway, at that point in time, like, I want to be friends with my clients. I'm sure they want to be friends with me, and whether it turns into a friendship after the wedding day, you know, at least they know that like I'm always there for them.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can think of maybe one wedding out of all of the weddings that I've ever gone to that I have left and not spoken to that person after delivering their stuff. I feel like I'm always in some sort of contact with them, whether they're just like commenting on Instagram still, or we text, or whatever it might be.
I have pen pals with my brides. Like,
well, yeah, like
we do snail mail.
Like, you write them letters?
Yes, we write letters.
Wait, that's so cute.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, we stay in touch that way. We stay in touch, obviously, on social.
Yeah.
Like, we keep up with each other.
Which I think is...
I receive random pieces of mail from my brides that I did, like, their wedding, like, 2 years ago.
Wait, I love that.
Yeah.
You should
Are we tight?
You should you should post that on the story. That's
We
so
have good
cute.
chem. We have good male chem now.
I think that goes to show how important it is, not just for your client to feel like they have a good match, but for you to also feel, because you're going into a work day on a wedding day and you want to do everything in your power to feel as comfortable as you can showing up to work. And you could be on a call and be like, we're not a good match for whatever reason that might be, and that's okay.
If you guys listened to the previous episodes, you would know that my 12-minute calls don't result in people booking me.
That's what I was.
But anything over that typically does, because like 5 to 10 minutes into the call, if you can't find something in common with someone, it's probably not going to be a great fit.
Yeah. Or I've had someone just like rush off the phone really fast, and it was like, I was like mid-sentence, and they were like, oh yeah, I gotta go. And I was like, okay, like that was weird.
All right,
but, like,
me
okay.
too. Goodbye.
Yeah, they were like, okay, bye. And I was like, okay, whatever I had said, or maybe they were just like, nope, this isn't right.
Yeah.
Got Chipotle. It's okay.
Go to Chipotle. Also, go to Moe's and get queso from Moe's, and then go to Chipotle.
Yeah, but you're right. Like, I was like the one I was on the phone with for an hour and 20 minutes while Emily was getting her hair done. I was literally there to see Emily at the hair place, and me and this bride, I don't know if I read her text wrong, or she was like, I'm free until 6:30, but I read it as
I'm free at
6:30. And so I tried to call her and she didn't answer, and I was like so sad. I was like, oh my God, like she ghosted me. Like, what is going on? Like, that never happens. And so then all of a sudden she was like, oh my gosh, no, wait, this was a misunderstanding. I was like, okay, well, call me whenever. And I was at the hair salon with Emily, and she calls me, and I just like was like pacing around for over an hour.
It gave us, it
was so
me
funny.
And my hairdresser time to catch up.
No, but it was so funny, and I was just like, sorry guys, like we were talking about Love Island.
But this is what I mean when I'm like,
and like I'm so excited for her wedding, and it's gonna be great, because I'm like, oh, she's so fun.
Yeah. And then also, like, the couples feel like they have someone there that feels like friends or family, and like that just makes the day so much better.
Which comes in handy so much. Okay.
Yeah.
So after like an inquiry call, what's the next step?
Well, we were going through your routine.
Okay. Well,
let's continue with your routine.
We'll go through, okay.
And then we'll go through mine.
Well, of course, on the inquiry call, you figure out what is the best package, time frame, and edits and all of that for your client. And then for me, I have like pre-made packages, and like I have everything set up through HoneyBook. So unless they're customizing a package, which happens sometimes, then I'll go in and edit it. But I kind of have been really trying to like streamline my process. So I have everything set up on HoneyBook. I have it's like a 5-page like little document, and it's I have one for my 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours weekend, like all my packages. And I just have to go in and I just plug in like the information. It's like 2 things, and I send it off. I give them an agreement. I give them like a contract, because listen to our contract episode.
We have a whole episode on contracts.
Give them a contract,
important.
or I call it agreement now because contracts seem so legal and
scary.
Agreement.
Yeah.
I give them 2 different payment options. And
what payment options do you give them?
I give them Zelle.
Okay.
And then I give them a credit card option.
And what do people typically go for?
I used to only do credit card when I did through HoneyBook. Of course, there's like a credit card fee, and but
do you pass that credit card fee off to them, or okay?
Yeah, and I let them know.
Yeah,
like it's like a separate charge.
Okay.
So it says like, let's just say it was an 8-hour package. It's like 8-hour package is this is everything that's included, and then it'll be like credit card fee is this much. If they choose a credit card option, it's automatically applied. Then if they choose a Zelle option, it is just the package price, and I write that out for them. So it's very easy for them to do it. People sometimes want the points. Sometimes people just want a Zelle. Either way, I don't really care as long as I'm paid. Like, it's fine by me. And I started going back to doing credit cards because I was just getting asked so many times. And Zelle is just another step. Mm-hmm. One of our very good friends, Lauren, you've heard this before. Keep it simple, stupid. Mm-hmm. Keep it simple. They're not stupid, but that's like the saying. So I'm like, all right, if people just want to click, 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 fine by me. Mm-hmm. I don't care. I want whatever is easiest for them. This should never stress them out. This should be super easy. I break up the payments for them.
What's your payment split?
I've
there...
switched.
Okay.
So I used to do 50-50.
Okay.
I now do 3 payments.
Okay.
Since I've quit my full-time job or my other job, speech, I realized that it's really nice, especially if you book something a year out, to get another payment.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, then it's just less on the client. I have a bride who wants to sign for next year, and it's a bigger package because it's a destination wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, didn't want to sign yet, or she hasn't signed yet because her parents are covering the costs, and they were like, we're not ready to give that big of a chunk to a vendor yet. We want to wait, but her date is going to get taken. It's a very popular date. And so I was like, I just made it 20%, and then we just did 5 payments instead. And they were like, that works so much better. You do whatever works.
Yeah.
So, but I did realize that I really liked having an extra payment in there throughout the week to make it more of like steady income, rather than, especially during like, if I book someone now for July, I'd be getting that 3rd payment sometime in December, January, when it's slow season here. And truthfully, like, I don't work that many weddings in the winter months.
Yeah.
So it's super nice to have an extra payment kind of come in. So I started to do that. I think it helps me out. I think it puts less stress on the client, especially since, like, when I first started, my prices were much lower. So 50% wasn't that big of a deal, but as raising prices, and it's a bigger chunk of money. And I totally get that that's maybe a turnoff as well. So I do that. And then I have a questionnaire at the end, and that questionnaire gets resent to them 2 weeks before the wedding, but I send it to them in that first agreement, so it's kind of just like on their mind. I just say, you can fill this out. That doesn't like expire or anything. You can they have access to it at all times.
That's nice.
And if things change, they can go in and edit it, and then we go through the questionnaire on their final call, which I guess is kind of the next step. Once everyone's signed, something I say to everyone is, I want to be as involved as you will allow me to be. If you want me to be, I will go to your wedding dress appointment. I'll go to your fitting. I'll look at your mood boards. I want to see your mood boards. I want to see your wedding dress. You can FaceTime me. Like, I'm there. Like, I don't believe that it's just we sign and then I show up on your wedding day. I like more of a personal aspect to it. So whatever they need, I'm there. That's just kind of what we do throughout the year up until their wedding. And then about 3 4 weeks out from their wedding, I'll send them an email and I'll set up a meeting with them. Sometimes just them and their partner, sometimes their planner's on, sometimes it's just whoever they choose, their mom is on, whoever it is. And we all sit down. We go through their entire timeline. I start out by asking a couple like clarifying questions before we start.
What are those clarifying questions?
I want to know when she wants me to be there before we get into timing. I want her to tell me, or whoever if it's a bride, like, I want her to be like, I want you there when I'm putting on my dress. And I'll be like, okay, do you want me there like when you're getting your makeup done? And she'll be like, oh yeah, that too. So we kind of go over all the times during the day that she wants to make sure are covered, because it does play into the time that I show up. I always show up about 30 minutes before regardless, but I also want to make sure that in case I run into traffic and I'm not there 30 minutes early, that nothing is getting forgotten.
Yeah.
And then together, I have them go through each step, and then I ask questions as we go. It's super important to me that we do they'll read through the morning part, and I'll stop after the morning and I'll be like, all right, I know we just read what's on here, but what's not on here.
Yeah.
Are you giving any gifts? Do you have there was one bride that had a piece of, I think it was like her mom's dress sewn into her dress.
So cute.
That's of course not on the timeline.
Right.
So anything like that, I'm like, are you wearing any special jewelry? Are you borrowing? Do you have something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue? I have literally a list of questions that I just run through, that I've shown up and realized that something is very special. And it's not that I can't do it on the fly, but there's so many moving parts in a wedding day, and sometimes the timeline is running behind. If I'm not aware of it,
it's going to get missed.
I very well could miss it.
Yeah.
And like,
it just is what it is at that point.
And although it's like not really my fault, I want to do everything in my power to not do that. So
yeah. Or you can have that knowledge and stop the photographer and be like, hey, you got, this part of her dress that's like special and sewn in.
And they'll be like, oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
That's happened a lot where.
Happens a lot. This is where the teamwork comes into play.
Jewelry is a big one. Some people wear like their great grandmother's like bracelet, or something will be tied on their bouquet.
Yeah.
Something like memorial type of things happen a lot, and people, it's not on the timeline because it has nothing to do with the timeline. So I stop at every single like chunk of the timeline instead of doing it at the end like I used to. I'm like, all right, tell me about the morning, let's read through it. And then I stop and I make notes of everything. I'm like, even if you think it's not like super important, but this also is where us talking throughout the year comes in handy so much, because I might remember, because if they send me something, I'll put it in my little like honey book. I have like a notes thing.
Yeah.
So I put it in their thing, and I'll be like, okay, I don't know, let's just say, Madeline White's wedding was just happening, and she loves like butterflies. It's a huge motif throughout her wedding. So if I was her content creator, I would have, I was talking to her, and she's like, I had 40 butterflies placed on my dress. I have a matching veil. There's butterflies throughout here. All of this stuff, which like she probably already like has in her head, and she knows is happening. She might not remember to mention that on a call necessarily because it's so obvious to her that, but if we're talking throughout the year, I know that there's tons of butterflies, and that's probably something very important to her. So I'm going to just either bring it up in that meeting as well.
Yeah.
Or I just know it's happening, and
this is why it's so important to get to know your clients on that call.
It's so important. And just like
it's so important to make that friend.
Even like the 2 weeks out call, like it's usually pretty long call.
Yeah.
Probably like 45 minutes. At least.
Yeah.
I always have an hour for it.
I do too.
Just because I don't want anything. And if I'm being honest, I think because I am a content creator, not a photographer, not a videographer, there's so much pressure to not mess up, and I want to make sure that we're not messing up, and that they're getting the best.
It's the first preview of the content that they're getting.
Yes,
so
it is. It's the first thing that they're seeing from their wedding, unless their photographer gives them sneak peeks the next day as well, which is totally fine. But it's just a lot of pressure. I'm just saying this from like my standpoint, not necessarily like. Of course, I want everyone to have the best experience, but I just think there's a little bit of added pressure. So, like, being really thorough is really important. At least I feel.
I do too.
And so, we go through their entire timeline like that. Very detailed, lots of notes, lots of back and forth. I try and let them do most of the talking, and I'll prompt when necessary. This is where my speech comes in, because prompting is a big thing with speech. And I'm like, okay, like this is my list of questions. And then we always at the end go back to that questionnaire, and we make sure I have like all the tags. I have all this information. Yeah. I've recently added in an emergency contact for the day. Maid of honor, mom,
that's
this person.
Smart.
Planner is probably might be doing something. The bride's obviously being a bride. If you're running late, or
sometimes there's
not
a planner.
Sometimes there's not a planner. That is also very true.
Sometimes there's a venue contact. And
so I recently was like, please give me like your maid of honor or a friend who would, I could call if something were to happen. I don't want to stress the bride out if I don't need to.
Right.
And that would stress her out. So that's my newest thing. So that's kind of my before. And of course, I charge all my stuff. We just did an episode all about what we bring to weddings.
Yeah.
So I make sure every single thing is charged. I make sure my outfit is steamed. Steam your clothes before you show up to a wedding. Please, please, please.
How many days before the wedding are you doing these things? Like charging your stuff, packing your bag, making sure your uniform is ready?
I'm going. I make sure that there's enough storage on my phone. Probably about, if the wedding's on a Saturday, probably Thursday night. I'm just making sure, I don't know, in case something has happened. And I keep my content bag packed at all times. I do use my chargers in my regular life, so I just make sure those are all charged. But my husband is a tech nerd, as you guys probably know by now, so we have like a million charging things. So I just usually throw them on the charger on Friday morning. And then I make sure my bag is all packed on Friday night before I go to bed. Or if there's a rehearsal dinner or something, I'll come back, I'll upload the rehearsal stuff, recharge anything that needs to be recharged, and it's all ready to go. I keep my lights, I keep my tripods, I keep my mics, everything already packed. And then I also pack all my snacks and stuff like the night before.
Love.
And yeah, then we go to the wedding.
What's your go-to snack selection?
I always have some type of like candy with me. Recently, I'm a big like sour person, but like honestly, I don't know what's going on with the sour candy business. They're not sour. They're not sour.
Not
and like
sour
we
enough.
need to change this.
Yeah.
But I also kind of think it's a little bit like I don't love to be like chewing on something all the time. So if I need like a sugar fix, I've been taking Jolly Ranchers with me.
Oh, those are good.
I just throw them in my bag.
We have really good candy chem.
We have really good candy. We love like
Really
the same
good.
candy. It's like yeah. And then I always have like a go-go squeeze. I know you like I absolutely hate applesauce, but like
my number one food that I do
but
not like.
I
People are
love
like,
applesauce.
do you hate any foods? And I'm like, just applesauce. So if you're not serving me applesauce, then we're good.
No, I
Don't
throw
bring
them in
me a
my
go-go
bag.
squeeze to weddings. I don't want
and
it.
then I will trail mix. The ones from Trader Joe's are my
little
go-to.
trail mix. Those are
I
really
do
good.
ask if anyone is allergic to nuts before anyone says anything. But that's why I kind of bring a backup. I don't like protein bars. I went through like a phase of like I eat protein bars like every single day, and now I like literally
I
can't
can't
eat
look at a
them.
protein bar. Although recently I did find Kind bars.
Yeah.
I like a Kind bar, but obviously they're not a protein bar. Kind has recently started making protein bars called Kind Max, and it's 20 grams of protein in a Kind bar. It's not like the whole thing where it's like a bunch of nuts like stuck together. It's like these almost like Rice Krispie things with some nuts. They're like covered in chocolate. Like it's really good. And it actually doesn't taste like concrete.
Well, that's good to know.
It tastes like real food, like, what you would expect out of a Kind bar.
That's good.
And so I've had those and I've popped them in my bag. And my husband has even started, like, he tried one. He's like, can I have one of these? And I was like, sure, because he's like our protein bar person in our household. And he's like, these are actually really good. And I was like, yeah, because they don't taste like protein bar.
Yeah, protein
But
bars
you're actually
not my
getting,
thing.
20 grams of protein, which has been really helpful. And I keep that in my bag for emergencies because I don't always have time to stop and eat lunch or dinner. So
totally agree.
And like, obviously, I don't want to pass out at your wedding. So I have that.
Speaking of not passing out, I always have water, a Gatorade, and a Diet Coke.
Yeah.
And
Getting those electrolytes, those sugars, and then obviously the hydration.
Sometimes we have like liquid IV, water boy, like anything like that.
Yeah.
Keep them in your bag.
I always have liquid IV.
I always have something stocked
And I also
in there.
keep powdered lemonade packets in my bag too, just in case I need like a little sugar fix.
Oh my god, wait. We don't have time for this story, but like I actually can't have those because I was addicted. Like I think I could have been on like my strange addiction with how I could not drink water without lemonade packets, and I had to like wean myself off of them. It was a problem.
They're so good though.
I could not drink regular water. It was
so
a
funny.
problem. It was actually
That's
like I'd be in a
funny.
restaurant. I'd be like so yeah. I'm afraid of having those anymore because I'm afraid.
You're like,
I'm gonna get hooked
where's my
on them
lemonade
again."
packet?
Like I would brand.
Gotta get my fix.
It was so random.
That's so
but yeah,
funny.
so that's kind of my
Your
overview of a
workflow?
workflow.
I love it. I mean, mine is very similar.
What are the differences between ours?
So I don't have like a system
Right.
like you do.
Yeah, you don't.
I do everything very old school. I did have my very incredible friend Taylor, who owns Chanel and Lee, and she's like a VIP Dubsado like setup specialist. Set up my entire Dubsado, and I have like it's there, like it's like $3,000 worth of service, like set up, ready to go to elevate my client experience, and I've never activated it because what I have in place is actually so simple and it works that I'm terrified to change it. The saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And it's not that I need to fix my system. I would prefer, that's just the theme of the day is just prefer. You guys will never know the inside story behind this. We're going to keep you guessing. Prefer. Someone recently spoke down to me and they kept saying prefer over a situation that's just so nuts. Anyway.
Yeah.
But I lost my train of thought. But I would love to elevate my client experience. I just like am scared to change it because it just works so well. And so I'm going to walk you guys through exactly what I do. So on my website, I have an inquiry form. First of all, my website is built on Squarespace. I made it very easy. I didn't have anybody professionally do my website or anything like that. I know enough about website creation to be dangerous. So I did my own website.
My website was built by Henry.
Yes.
And but had nothing to do with it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, she has a website builder person.
Whatever that name
husband.
is. Yeah.
Yes.
He's going to listen to this and be like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like I've told you what I do a million times.
Yeah.
Like,
he's a website builder person. Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Henry.
He codes, he develops.
Squarespace.
Me, Squarespace. That's what works. Yeah.
But Squarespace is great. A lot of people.
Henri is Squarespace. His name is Henry, but I call him Henri.
Henri.
He's not even French, but I am, so
Polish.
That's what I call him.
Funny. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, I didn't know Henri when I was making my website.
That's true.
So I got this incredible template from this small business who is incredible. So I'm going to shout them out. It's called The Styled Square. Please don't steal my template, guys. Like, anyway, you can custom.
Other people have.
Other people definitely have. It's fine. But you literally just like have the template. They kind of walk you through how to do the setup and everything. And it's very straightforward. It's very easy. I get so many compliments on my website. It's just so beautiful. And their website template's built for creatives, photographers, videographers, wedding content creators. It's perfect. So I've gone on there, uploaded all my photos, text, everything like that. But I have my inquiry form on there and it looks really nice and people fill it out. And then it is connected. You can connect your G Suite through Squarespace. And so everything is synced and linked. And basically it not only updates everything on a Google Sheet of like everybody who fills out my inquiry form ever. So I have all of that data. But it also sends me an email directly to my Gmail. So whenever I get an inquiry, I can go in and I just reply to it like I would a regular email, which is very helpful. From that point, I also set up a call. During this entire process, if you are new, I would like to explain to you that the way this industry works is it's really just being a game of being the first person to respond. So you set up your own work boundaries and the way that you want to do things. But if you want to make money in this industry and book things, you've got to be available to reply to those emails. At least have a reply ready to go. I keep my reply short and sweet for a reason, because I want to be able to just like reply to this email at any time of the day. So I just say like, hi, thank you so much for reaching out. I'm currently available for your date, or I'm not currently available for your date, but my team is. I'd love to set up a time to chat further with you. And I leave it at that. And they just kind of reply back and let me know like, okay, great. Like, I'd love to chat. I'm available Thursday, 3 p.m. Does that work for you? And I'm like, yes. And then I send a Google Calendar invite immediately, because if it's not on my calendar, it's not happening for me. So So I send them a calendar invite right away. And in my, inquiry form that they fill out, they put their phone number in. And so I have that. And then I just say like Emily to call Jesse. And then I'll put the client's phone number. So then I have that ready to go. And like I said earlier in this episode, I really don't like doing video calls as the first thing, because to me, it's just very distracting. And I really know that I cannot like be my best version of myself if we're doing a video call right off the bat. So I try to just keep it to a phone call. It takes the pressure off for me. And then I'm able to just be relaxed and like get to know them a little bit. And then we talk about the packages and how those could fit into the wedding, and, you know, kind of what they're thinking and what they're feeling. And then as soon as we get off the call, I send them my pricing brochure. I do not send my pricing brochure before we've had a phone call, because I want to make sure that this is a good fit. And I don't know, I also just don't want all of my business information floating around out in the internet.
So a big thing recently is just like that I see over and over and over again is like people being like brides being like annoyed that they don't have pricing and that they have to like jump through hoops to get pricing. So
I do have my pricing listed.
I was like, I
in my
do
inquiry
this
form.
too, but yeah, I was gonna say,
but I don't send my entire pricing brochure out. Unfortunately, what has happened is there are people who pretend to be brides or grooms, and they contact you to get your business information and then take that and then make a business for themselves.
It's so annoying.
I'm sorry that the couples get caught in that crossfire, but honestly, you
have to protect yourself.
You have to protect yourself, and my service is also isn't for everyone. So listen, I'm the Hermes of wedding content. No, not I'm
You
kidding,
have to apply to get a Birkin.
You got to apply to get a Birkin. Okay, you got to show me you're serious. Let's get on the phone. Let's see if we have wedding chem.
Well, I think that's also in the level of white glove service, or
yes,
is if you're booking someone, and they're not going through a big process in the beginning, it's maybe an indicator that you're not maybe going to get as much of attention or that quote unquote white glove service that you might be looking for. I'm not saying this is for everyone. Of course, some people are very attentive and all of that. But if you're looking for someone who is in the luxury space, if you're looking for someone who maybe doesn't take as many weddings so that way they can, and this goes for any vendor, really focus on their current clients and giving them all the attention, a green flag is if they want to set up a call with you, if they want to talk things through with you. They don't just want to sign, seal, and deliver. Not that that's necessarily a red flag. That might be a yellow flag.
Sure.
Of you never know. But a green flag is setting up a call.
I think a vendor wanting to get to know you really well is a good thing.
Yeah. That was what I was trying to say.
Yeah. So, I know
I was defending you.
Oh, yeah. I know it's annoying because I also too got married and went through all of this process, and I'm I just want to compare notes on what the pricing is and then see, but also at the end of the day too, the person who costs the least or the person who cost in the middle or the person who costs the most, you really do need to talk to them because you might be getting way more for your money out of the person who costs the most versus the person who costs the least. Or
you might get what you pay for.
Mm-hmm. Or you very well might be getting what you pay for. And I think it's worth it just to talk to everybody.
I've heard a lot of stories about
that you're interested in. Yeah. So anyway.
Your vendors are people too. They like to know that you're interested.
It's true. It's true.
We're going to talk about post flow in a minute, but a lot of work goes into it. So it's nice.
Yeah, it's very nice. So once we have that call, I send over an email. I want the call that I have too with my clients. I don't want them to be taking notes. I want them to be very present, very locked in. And I'm hey, we're going to go through everything. It is all in my pricing guide, which I'm going to send to you the second we get off the phone. Do not feel like you need to take notes. Literally everything that I'm about to say is in this pricing guide. It's very thorough. And then, so we go through it. I send it over to them. They have my phone number. They know they can call, text me, email me, whatever questions they have. I want to make sure they have all of the information up front that they need. If I need to get on the phone with their mom, I'm happy to do that.
Yeah.
Whatever they need in order to make the best decision possible for them, I'm happy to do. So they have all of that information. And then basically after that, the ball is in their court and I give them time to make a decision. And
do you follow up with them?
I do, but I don't follow up with them in 3 days or in 7 days. I kind of give them space because it is a hard decision. The only time that I'd follow up with them very quickly is if I have an inquiry for their date come in and I'm hey, I just want to let you know this date's gonna, possibly be gone. So, and I don't really use that as a marketing tactic ever unless it actually is happening, or two, I can't get them to make a decision and they're being very wishy-washy and I really want to work with them. I might be hey, this date isn't always going to be here.
Yeah. I was going to say, I always email them after, either if I've sent them the pricing before, I'm just thank you so much for your time.
Yeah.
Here, if you need anything.
Yeah.
And if I send it after, yeah.
Yeah. So unless it's a wedding I really want and like, you know, it's coming up and like time is kind of the essence, then I might follow up a little bit more and be like, hey, your wedding's in 2 months. Like we kind of gotta get this booked so we can start planning all of your content. But anyway, so after that, if they, you know, book and everything's all good, I go ahead, I send them the agreement. I do 50-50 payments, just, you know, if they ask me if they need more time in between payments, or I can sense that I feel like they might need more time in between payments, I will go ahead and just offer that. Anytime that I have offered that, it's been broken up into 3 payments. So it really just is like a case by case. If that's what people need for them to sign the agreement, then I'm more than happy to do that. But just like what I have standardly written out is 50 when you sign, and then 50% when like 2 weeks out from your wedding. Were you going to say something?
No.
Okay.
Well, I thought about it, but then I was like, I was going to say everything. When you're working with a wedding vendor, they're a small business. If you have any questions, concerns, I'm sure that anything can be made. Like I never do like the 20%, but it was a really big quote, so I was like, of course that makes sense. Yeah. If someone just did a regular 8-hour package, I'd be like, no. I mean, like if you can afford to do, you know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't really make sense. But everything's a case by case.
Everything's case by case, and
you don't want anyone to feel like bad or stressed or anything like that. Yeah.
Right.
So it never hurts to ask.
Never hurts to ask. And as of right now, I'm in my travel era of going back and forth to weddings because I currently live in West Palm Beach, but currently very much work in New York City. So my pre-wedding looks a little bit different than Jesse's right now because I am flying back and forth. So I am booking my travel a couple months in advance, or sometimes even like a couple weeks in advance, or sometimes the week of, just depending on like how I'm getting, you know, booked for the weddings. I've had a lot of last minute bookings lately. So,
I guess I could say that too. If I'm driving, I book a zip car.
Yeah.
And I do that probably a couple weeks in advance once I'm sure of timing and stuff.
Yeah. Just lock in all of those travel things. And then I have, so my suitcase right now basically stays packed. So in my suitcase, I have like my bathroom bag. I have everything in bags, so I can just put the bag back in when I'm ready to go. So I have my makeup in a bag, which has been new for me because I've always displayed all of my makeup like on a vanity and like kept it there. But I decided to not do that setup this way because I just have to take my makeup on the go now all
Emily
the time.
lives out of a suitcase.
I live out of a suitcase. I have like my packing cube for all of my clothes in there, and as soon as I get home, I pretty much like to wash all of my stuff, hang it to dry, and then I'll put it back into that packing cube so it's ready to just go for the next wedding. And then same thing with my like wedding like content creator gear, like that stays in my crossbody bag. And as soon as I get home, I have like this big charging thing where you can put all these different wires and you can charge everything at once. And so I just put all of my like battery packs on there, lights, mics, everything like that. Everything gets charged up and put back into the bag within the next day. So all of that stuff is packed. Like say I get back from a wedding on Sunday, my entire suitcase is repacked by Tuesday and kind of ready to just go for that next wedding, because I also want to maximize the amount of time that I have at home with my husband and my dog when I'm home.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So
mine's definitely like way more chill, but I'm like not really going too far.
And when it's more chill, I mean, I get back from a wedding, I pop things on a charger and I put it in a drawer, and then I take it out of the drawer and I put it in the bag and then I go. So it's just, you know, it just depends on like where I'm going. But also too, like, so all of my stuff is packed, and then whenever I arrive to the destination, it's usually like the day before whatever event I'm shooting, like the day before the rehearsal dinner, the day before the wedding. And I do a check that I have everything that I need, because what if I left, you know, a backup battery pack or something at my house in Florida? Like I have time to run to Best Buy to get whatever I might need. So I do a checklist once I arrive to the destination. And then everything is packed, ready to go. All I have to do is like take it and leave. So it's very, you know, straightforward.
Yeah.
And simple for me. I do always make sure that I also have snacks. I love the little chomplings from Chomps because they fit in my content bag.
Yeah.
And
I don't like those.
I love a little meat stick, and I just eat my little meat stick, and
everyone loves those. They're like
a little apple, you know, like little, I try to make like a little charcuterie board, and I just, you know, bring that.
Love.
My little meat stick, my little fruit, maybe a little cheese. And then I always have on me like a water. I have the liquid IV packs, but what I'll do is I'll try to have a liquid IV in the morning before a wedding. So then I'm hydrated for the entire day, which was great because
it's important.
Especially in the summer, like the wedding I had on Saturday, we were outside. It was muggy with like no breeze all day. And the video team, they were dripping in sweat. And I mean, I was too, but they were dying of thirst. And I had had a liquid IV before the day had started. Liquid IV, I guess you should also sponsor us because this is what funds your content creators, their hydration levels.
Waterboy.
Huh. Waterboy too. I mean, but any of those electrolyte packets, it's like whatever you can grab. But yeah, I wasn't like dying of thirst. I was hydrated. I was ready to go. And I was like sweating a bunch. So I knew I was losing a lot of electrolytes. But anyway, so those are really important to keep on you. And yeah, Diet Coke makes the world go round. Honestly. Hold on. We have a mini Diet Coke.
We do. Mine's over there, but I don't want it right this second.
So good.
It is so good. And then after a wedding, it's actually nothing too, not too many steps. After I get home from a wedding, I need to wind down after a wedding day. I can't just immediately go to bed.
It's like the wedding hangover.
Yeah. So I come home and I take a shower because I need a second.
Our brains are literally buzzing because they've been in this state all day. It's almost like being in fight or flight all day.
Yes, no, exactly. And you just get a chance to sit down. So I always go home and I take a shower.
And you're like, I'm not on the dance floor. I'm not here. But what if the bride needs this? And it's like you have to have a 2-hour come down.
It takes a while.
It takes me 2 hours.
Mm-hmm. Probably. Mm-hmm. That sounds about right.
Which really sucks because I've been taking 6 a.m. flights. So I'll get home from a wedding at 1 a.m. and then I can't calm down until 3, but then I have to be up at 5.
So she gets no sleep.
Basically. I crash Sunday at 4 p.m. and then I'm like, I can't function anymore. Good night. Goodbye.
Oh my God. That's crazy. But during that come down time, I upload all of my content. I use Dropbox, and I know Emily also uses Dropbox. I organize everything by section of the day, kind of how we go through their timeline. We have getting ready, we have ceremony, we have bridal portraits, we have couples photos, family, reception, blah, blah, blah. You get it. And I go through the day and I upload every single thing into those folders.
That's what I do
throughout the day. I have been, now that I'm really comfortable at a wedding and I know that I don't have to I'm always hitting record, but I do have a second. If I take a video that I am it's of the ground, I will delete it right then and there because I don't want to give them a video of the ground. You know what I'm saying? You take those accidental videos. So
I've been taking so many lately where I'm just the phone is just
yeah.
for 2 minutes and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Delete.
So I delete them when when I was first starting, I just was I'll deal with that later. So no, I feel really good about just going home and uploading everything. And so I take about 45 minutes, and make sure every single thing is uploaded. And I leave my phone open on a charger all night. And when I wake up, it's all uploaded.
Yeah.
And I
think that's important to note because
yeah.
that's the number one question that I get from content creators that are starting is what does the upload process look like after a wedding? And you have to use the Dropbox app, not Dropbox on desktop.
Yeah.
And you send everything. Oh yeah. So you create a folder, for your couple. And then Jessie said that she makes like all of these different subfolders within that folder, which is also what I do. So like there's like, you know, Jessie and Henry wedding day, you know, 7/26/24.
Yeah.
And then all of their subfolders, getting ready, first look, reception, sunset photos. Right.
And the reason that we both do that is to make it easy for the couple to find, because we're not filtering anything. It's like 2,000 pieces of content, and just to have that in a single folder is like you just throw your phone in the ocean at that point. Like, it's so overwhelming.
I used to only do a single
Same.
folder with everything, and then
I can't believe I
for
did
me, like honestly, I did it for me in the beginning.
Yeah,
because
you were tired. You just
well, no, I started organizing things for me.
I was like, in the beginning, I just did one folder because I was like tired and I didn't even think to do it.
Yeah, it was easy. That was the easiest way.
I did it because I got feedback of them being like, I'm overwhelmed.
Oh, I hadn't gotten feedback, but I was like, for me, going back and then trying to use those weddings for marketing purposes, I had no idea where everything was. And I was like, if I'm having these questions in this issue, people are getting this back and they're being like, where the heck is my ceremony? Like, where am I walking down the aisle? And then Dropbox also organizes everything by photos first and then videos. So people are opening their stuff and they're seeing, 1,000 photos and they're like, where are the videos? And I'm sure that induces a little bit of a panic attack at first.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
It's like a whole thing. But anyway, also something, if you're new with using Dropbox, you have to leave your phone open, unlocked, and the app open.
Yeah.
On good Wi-Fi. Plug it in.
Good Wi-Fi.
Turn it over like this and go to bed and let everything upload overnight.
If you are at a hotel or if you are somewhere with not strong Wi-Fi, your clips very well might upload blurry.
They might upload blurry. They might upload slow. It might tell you it would take 5 days for them to upload.
It also might skip longer videos when they upload. So then you have to go back and figure out what uploaded and what didn't, and you might as well just start over. So making sure that you have, like, if you do travel a lot, having a hotspot is really helpful. Also paying for better hotel Wi-Fi might be something you should consider, or like making
Starbucks
sure you go to a Starbucks is what I was going to say, is like the very next morning, like go to Starbucks
or
and
also
upload.
What I learned recently is Chili's has great Wi-Fi.
She got a margarita and uploaded.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't need a coffee right now. I need a margarita. So I'm just going to go into Chili's and see if they have good Wi-Fi. They did.
Anything
the Starbucks
like that.
was here. Like it was in like a little, like, I don't know.
Shopping center?
Shopping center. I was going to say strip mall. I was like, that's not the right word.
Yeah.
Shopping center. Starbucks was here and Chili's was here. So I was like, if Chili's has bad Wi-Fi, then I will have my margarita and I will just walk over here. So
Perfect. Well, yeah. So like my point was, if you have bad Wi-Fi, you might have blurry uploads. And so just think about that before you are uploading if you are new to doing this. But it is fairly simple. It takes a little bit of time, but it's worth it to just go slow and make sure you're uploading all of the clips in the proper folders. And then for me, I have a 72-hour edit turnaround time. However, I do send them the edits as I make them. So they're not waiting 72 hours. They just have 72 hours for me to get them all done.
Yeah. Which I've started doing too.
Yeah.
I was very much married to the 24-hour turnaround time for a while. Yeah. And then I bumped it to 48. And then I was like, I'm enjoying spending more time with the edits.
That's what you do.
And I feel like my clients are loving it too, because I don't know, I'm doing this thing called like more of like a cinematic edit, because everyone's like, you're editing this and it's like a movie and we love it. And I'm like, this takes so much time though. So,
I think the edits are like evolving.
72 hours. Yeah.
Like edits are evolving and it does take more time, but
because I got to go through in order to do those cinematic edits, and I got to look at your emotion, and I got to find the right clip where you did like the perfect wink.
But you also have to go through and look at every single one of those 1,000 videos, and we have to rewatch your entire wedding day, and it takes
over and over and over and over and over again. And we love it.
Pull clips for like one video, and then depending on how many videos you have. So
yeah.
Then pretty much the next 3 days is just a bunch of editing. I love to send things immediately. I text them the folder as well as email them, and then once they have had it time to think, if I so choose, I will send it then to the planner or whoever. If spoken about before, I think
that's important to know for any vendors that are listening. We're more than happy to send you content, but our couple needs to have their content and enjoy it before it is sent to you.
I've said this a million times, and I will say it again.
It's only fair.
I don't believe that your marketing will suffer from waiting a week or two to post
No.
about a wedding that you did. No one knows that you're there. So
But we're also so excited that everybody's so excited to see the content. That makes me feel really good.
but I'm talking about people that want to just post it.
But they're excited.
And I'm so happy that they're excited. but my concern is, my priority is the couple and making sure that I'm protecting their content for them. Like, I am the protector of their content, and everyone else can be so excited and wait. They can wait excitedly. Yeah. Because usually after about, I don't know, 5-6 days, then here you go. Here it is. But if they're going on their honeymoon, I'm going to let them enjoy their honeymoon. I'm not posting anything unless they tell me to. And then I'll send it to you. I promise. Like, if you ask me for it, I don't care.
And because we've been talking to these couples for so long and we've gotten to know them so well,
I don't want to.
We understand when it is appropriate to release the content to the rest of the world and the rest of the vendors and all of that. And I really also want to take a minute to say, I don't like when people like pressure us to send it or think like maybe we don't know when it's best to send it. But trust me, we do. It's okay.
100%.
You'll get it. I promise.
It's just the 24 hours is for the couple. It's not for anyone else.
Yeah. They paid for it.
And they're our client, and everyone else. I'm so excited and I'm so happy that you're excited and that you want it posted and use it. I cannot wait, but I can wait. I can wait a week. It's fine.
Yeah. I even wait a week sometimes to even post about the wedding.
I don't post about the wedding unless they tell me to.
I don't post my clients' weddings until they've had a couple days with their folder, and I've usually sent them their like more cinematic edit and they've seen it and they freak out, and then that's when I go live with my version of it on Instagram.
Same.
So
is your post
so my post
kind of similar?
My post is very similar. So like after the wedding, I get back, before I take a shower, I do all of the uploading. I just start that right away.
Okay.
I've actually started at some weddings uploading during the wedding and sending everything through. I've actually found it to be a little bit easier than coming back home and doing that, because then the folder is kind of starting to get full. Now, this totally depends on if the venue has good Wi-Fi. So if I'm at a venue with good Wi-Fi and I know I'm going back to a hotel or somewhere that doesn't have great Wi-Fi, then what I've been doing is uploading while I'm at the venue.
Yeah.
And so the next day I'm pretty much able to just send the clients their folder by the next morning, which is great. And then, so I'll get back from a wedding. Nothing hits better than a post-wedding shower. Especially if you've been outside and you've been like,
it's the first thing
so
I do.
Sweaty.
I drop my stuff and I get in the shower. I'm like, I do not upload because I like to get into like my comfy PJs, and then I get in my bed and then I start uploading everything, and like I eat a snack. I'm like, I need to be sitting down.
Honestly, sometimes I do that first. It really just depends on like where I'm at and everything.
I never do that first. I always shower first.
Shower first, yeah. Sometimes I just need to come in and just like sit down for a second because I've just been on my feet for so long and like dizzy.
I sit down in the shower.
That's good.
I literally just sit there and I'm just like, let the water like hit me.
That's
and I'm
so
like,
nice.
It's so nice. It's like the warm water on like your muscles. Like,
yeah, you need it.
Like you're standing for 12 hours.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I think I might start doing that.
Yeah, just plop your booty down.
Plop down.
Sit down. I literally just sit down. I'm like, oh yeah, this feels good. And then like, I need to get out and actually do stuff.
Nice. Yeah. So then I'll do my uploading if I need to do it, organize it just as we've spoken about. And then I always text my couples their Dropbox folder, and I'm like, special content delivery. Happy, first official day is, married. And then, I'll be like, let me know if you have any questions. Like, thank you so much. I send them like a pretty lengthy thank you message.
Yeah.
And then I let them know that like in the next couple days, a folder will appear called edits, and all of your edits will be stuffed into there. And yeah. And then after that, like I said, there's a little bit of a media rollout where, we'll upload the content. The cinematic edit is like typically like how I'm flowing with all of my stuff right now. Whether it's like a shorter version of it or a longer version, it just depends. Like there's some weddings that I do where like the bride has like this really magical moment, And I'm just like, this is the video.
Georgia.
That
one. I love that one.
Well, I love the one that I'm thinking about. Well, I'm thinking two of them because like I had them back to back, but like my one at the Pierre where like the bride opens the curtain, which is, I posed that. I told her to do that. So I'm like, this is my video. Like, this is what I directed her to do. Like, that was all me. And I always feel so proud when I capture something that turns out to be really well, and it turns out to be really good, and it wasn't something that was posed by somebody else, and it was actually truly just like my idea, my work, and I get to like really showcase that. This one wasn't my pose or my work, but the bride had this like really cool veil toss moment, and her veil went up, and she also like, she kind of went like this, and it just was like so cute, and she had like the cutest, biggest smile on her face, and I'm like, this is the video.
Yeah.
This is the shot of the entire day that I'm like, this is just incredible. So some of them are longer, some of them are shorter. But yeah, then after that, it's basically time to like rinse and repeat and get ready for the next one all over again.
Yeah.
It's just a cycle, you guys.
Busy season's crazy. We'll do another one of these during not busy season.
Yeah, because the workflows look very different during those times, and like the weeks just look so different.
Because our priorities as like business owners as well are very different during busy season and not. Like busy season is really like making sure your clients are getting all their deliverables, making sure that you're like eating something and making
eating
sure
healthy, and taking your vitamins.
Yeah, and like just making sure like you're staying on top of like all of these weddings that are coming up very soon, and like you know what's going on. And then in the off season, you're able to kind of like reflect and start working on certain things and maybe improving all of this. So
like updating your website.
You don't have time to update your website right now. You don't have time to redo this or that. Like right now it's just like what's it called? Like,
we took our slow time to create a podcast for you guys. You know, like you have time to like do other creative things or like try other things for your business and get it set up. So when it is busy season, you have all of your systems in place and everything is like
and then
ready to go.
Through busy season, I have a notes on my notes app, and it's everything that I think needs adjusting.
Yeah.
And
that's smart.
I'm not sharing that right now, but maybe after I've adjusted it, I'll share
and see
all the things
works,
that I think are not working, things I could improve on.
Yeah.
Because I'm something my coach said. I love my coach. She's like, just because you need to do something doesn't mean it needs to be done right now. It can be done in 3 months and it's still going to get done. So I've started to keep like a note if I'm like realizing certain things aren't really running the way I want, but I literally do not have the time, brain capacity, or it's just not important enough to do right now. So I put a note in my phone and then I will circle back.
Yeah, I think that's great.
In November.
I have an entire, so I guess I forgot to mention this in my pre-wedding workflow, is I utilize Trello as like my CRM. So I have everything in one Trello board for my business wedding day content creator. And I have to-do list in there. I have like a master like to-do list because you can do check boxes in there, which is really great. And then I also, so like I'll have a list, I'll have a to-do list card. In that card that I open, I have the checklist of everything, and you can check it off and it'll show all the tasks that you've completed. You can hide them. You can, so you can see what you're crossing off. And then I also have a card in that like list that's like things to do for the website, things to do for marketing, things to do for merch, things to do for the Vow Factor podcast. And I have all of these different separate checklists, but I have like one main one that takes me through my day to day. On that Trello board, I have different lists for 2025 inquiries, 2026 inquiries, 2027 inquiries, and then I make a card for each person that inquires throughout that year. And so it'll say their name. So like Jesse and Henry, wedding date, let's just say 7/26/25. So you'd be on my 2025 list if you got married this year. And then you can open that card and you can fill in notes on that client. You can attach their contract when they sign it. You can add in like whatever details that you want. And then I take that card, and once they like need a contract, I'll move it to my list that's need a contract. And then once they have
literally what
the contract, I just do it manually. So then I move it to contract out for signing. And then once it's contract signed, then it's added to my master list of all of the weddings that I'm doing for that year.
Yeah.
So, and then every single week I go through and I move the cards to completed 2025. And then I can go through and I have a completed list for 2023, 2024, 2025. And that's also how I keep track of how many weddings I've shot, how many events I've shot, things like that. And I just go through and I count the cards.
Yeah.
It's great. So anyway.
Mine just tells me the number.
It tells you the number, but I don't know. I like to be, it's whatever works for you. And like, I should probably utilize the Dubsado system that Taylor has set up for me.
The thing that I find that I really like about it is I love having everything just set up and ready to go. Like I just have to click a button and like I've already put in all the work of making sure the contract is perfect and the payment set up and everything is like done. I took the time and I did that and I just like click which one I need. And then I don't have to like, it's one less thing I have to think about. And then once it's signed, it says like collected all signatures and it moves it to like I have my boards all named certain things and it just moves it over. And then once that wedding date is passed, it moves to completed.
I'm just very old school.
Yeah.
I'm older than you by a year, so.
Yeah. It's just geriatric over here.
I'm very geriatric. I just, back in my day.
I do prefer, I write everything down rather than typing. So there's my old thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. Well, hopefully you guys found all of this information helpful.
Yeah.
I think it's good stuff. And obviously, like, take everything that we say with a grain of salt and do what works for you. These are just 2 examples of 2 very successful wedding content creation businesses and how we run things differently pre and post weddings.
We have similarities, we have differences, but that's just because we're not the same person.
We are not the same person.
And I think anyone you talk to will have a little bit of a different thing, but hopefully you can take some bits and pieces and apply it if you feel it will be right for you.
Yeah. All right. So we've reached the point in our episode where we need to bring up the Taylor Swift song generator because in business and in life, our goal is to shoot Taylor Swift's wedding. And so every episode we pick a song of Taylor Swift's and we use that as like the guiding theme as to what this wedding could look like. So
keep talking.
What is, so sometimes
style.
Perfect. We never go out
because part of my workflow is making sure that I have a great outfit to wear and it's steamed and it's right.
That's
and
true.
I show up looking good.
That's true. I love a good, stylish little wedding content creator uniform.
I feel like it's perfect that like Madeline White just had her wedding and we just got style because like fashion was like on point at her wedding.
So on point. Oh my gosh. Okay, so obviously this wedding is like very fashion focused,
and it's taking place in New York City.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
I think so. Like any major like big fashion forward city, but I feel like New York City is like so perfect for that.
It has to be New York.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
I agree.
But I feel like the venue is like classic New York or something.
So is she like a Plaza Hotel?
Maybe like a Rainbow Room because then you can see the whole city.
Oh, yeah, you can see the Empire State Building and it's so beautiful. So if you guys don't know, the Rainbow Room is at the top of Rockefeller Center. So
it's very cool.
Yeah.
And you can go like the top of the rock is like the roof, like observation deck, and it's one of the most beautiful views.
Oh, you know what we need to do is we need to insert the video of me going like this to the Empire State Building at the Rainbow Room. Yeah.
When I was at the Rainbow Room last time, it was raining, so it was really sad. It was so gloomy.
That's sad.
I felt
That's
sad. For the people. I did. I
although
did.
like you don't really like pull down like.
But
you pull up the
wanted
blinds.
their photos like outside.
Yeah.
And it was just like fog. I was like, oh my God.
If that happens, just put your wedding clothes back on.
And go back.
Yeah, because you totally
can. Do you
know
how many people do that? No, like it's like a thing.
It's a thing. I did it for my wedding. Yeah, I had to.
Okay, so we're in New York. We're at the Rainbow Room. We're in style. Like she's like a chic bride.
But she never goes out of style. So I think she's talking
like a timeless.
But like classic, but elevated.
Monique?
Yeah. Like, it would have to be like Monique or Avera or. Yeah.
I feel like Monique for ceremony, Vera for Honestly, no. She's wearing a Vivienne Westwood to her reception for that chicness. I love a Vivienne.
Yeah. I think she would have to because
She could wear
it's
Vera.
just so Taylor.
She could wear Vera to the ceremony too, I guess.
Yeah, I think it would have to be between Monique and Vera for
Especially like your lace
ceremony.
And I think Monique Lillier.
Yeah.
And then, but like Vera at the same time, I can get some hate. Like, I don't know. And you know, like you change yourself to fit Vera, but like, it's not like my style for some of them.
Yeah.
I like her more out there things. So I feel like if I were to go for like a classic lace look, I would go for Monique Lillier.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Yeah.
I agree. So do we feel like she's doing like almost like a more of a poofy ball gown situation? Okay, because that's what I'm seeing too.
But I kind of, I'm thinking of that dress, that freaking lace high neck dress that I'm obsessed with.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about too.
Like Emily shot this wedding, and I have not stopped thinking about this bride's dress. And this was in what, like March, April?
This was in March.
March.
She's the best dress.
Oh, I think about this dress all the time. It had this like gorgeous lace.
Let's just show it. Jamie,
We'll show it.
Jamie, we're showing off your dress.
Oh my gosh, Jamie, I'm obsessed with your dress. I think about it all the time. But for those listening, it was a lace, like A-line ball gown type dress, and the top part had this gorgeous, almost like a choker situation. It was all lace, and then it came in and was a gorgeous, like almost like a triangle from the middle of her collarbones down to her shoulder, like her armpit area. It was gorgeous.
Insane.
Go look at her Instagram. We'll post a photo.
Yeah.
Anyway,
and she had such a great hairstyle for it.
Yeah, like very classic.
Okay, also Jamie's bone structure, so good.
So good.
To show off that like high neck and just like
it was amazing. But I feel like Taylor would
good.
pull off that silhouette perfectly, actually.
Oh, perfectly.
And like she's so tall, it would look stunning.
Yeah,
so.
just look like a supermodel.
Yeah, but because I feel like it's like that's never going out of style. That is
no.
But it's chic.
It's chic, and it's got like, I don't know, it's like just giving very like Grace Kelly.
Yeah, but that dress could have been from 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. Like it could have been anywhere, and it's how you accessorize it. I really feel.
Yes.
And like your hairstyle and the veil that you choose that kind of puts it in the time period, which is where I think we should keep it lace trim veil with a blusher.
Yes.
For
very classic.
Yeah, very classic.
I love it.
Never goes out of style.
Never goes out of style.
Yeah, love it. Okay.
All right. So, what is Travis wearing? Because you got that James Dean daydream. He's going very classic?
I feel like
too, right?
But I feel like maybe like a double-breasted tux with like one of those droopy ties.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the one that my wedding, like with the, like
yes.
you know what I'm saying? Like the oversized droopy tie, but it's like
the
very,
situation.
No bow tie.
Oh.
Like the droopy bow tie.
Yeah, like this.
It's like a little bit oversized and it kind of hangs down.
Yes.
I love, and I think that's so, it's like a nice little twist, and I feel like that fits I think the muse of the song.
I do too.
of who we suspect it's about.
Yes. And then I think like the twist for this wedding, because it's very fashion focused, and like I think part of the entertainment for the guests is the fact that they dress all of their guests.
They dress all their guests?
I think so. I think they have like custom made looks for their guests, and their guests maybe in the invite have like this number that they call. Maybe it's like a golden card or something. It's like, for your wedding look, call this number. And then they get
like a stylist, and the stylist comes and helps them pick out a dress. And then
it's custom made for them. Like it's made for their guests.
Okay.
And so all their guests show up in all of this like beautiful, like classic fashion. Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
And then they have an artist there that will draw like a picture. Like,
yes.
I love that's like one of my favorite things that people are doing at weddings now.
Yes.
Is like they have like a watercolor artist or just like some kind of artist there, and they're drawing like guest portraits. So they have to have that. They got a show off thing.
Yes. So I I think that it's just very like about the fashion, very much Met Gala like vibes. I think that's the perfect way to describe it.
And the theme is classic.
Yeah, never going out of style.
Never going out of style.
Yeah.
That is the theme. Duh. Oh my God, my brain's not working.
At the Rainbow Room, I think they have a big band.
Yeah, big band. You know how like you normally do round tables and then like the long table? Wouldn't it be cool if instead of like the round tables in like those sections, they did like a curved table?
Yeah, I think they should do a custom built table.
I don't think it should be. I have this thing against round tables. It's like my own thing.
I have this thing where I hate round tables.
It's like it's nothing against people. It's like my thing, whatever. So I think they should do like the curved ones.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
You know what's really funny is Jamie, who had the cool dress. She had custom built tables.
Yeah,
for her wedding that were curved.
See, me and Jamie are on the same page.
Yep.
We love it.
We love her.
So yeah, and I think everything is just very classic.
It never goes out.
Like light pinks, ivories. I don't think it's a black and white wedding, but I think it's just like light pinks, neutrals, golds, like
blushing bride.
Yes, exactly, perfect. And the bridesmaids are in blush. I like that actually.
I like that too. You know what's really funny is my parents are divorced, which is
she's
not
wearing
the funny part.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, yeah, classic. Yeah, Carrie Bradshaw.
Throw that in there.
Yeah. So what's really funny, just like a side note, my parents are divorced, and my mom, for the wedding, she wanted all of her bridesmaids to wear, I mean, they were beautiful, but they were like hot pink, short bridesmaids dresses. They're really cute though. I have to go back and find some photos.
You'll have to go back and find a photo because what I have in my head is
they look great though.
I love that.
Yeah, it was the 90s.
Well, anything goes.
Yeah, they weren't like short. They were just like just above the knee. So they were obviously like appropriate because my parents got married in a Catholic church. So you can't obviously,
Oh, it wasn't a tight bandage dress?
No. It was like, they were really cute, but I'll show you.
Yeah, that'll be perfect.
I'll add pictures here because I have actually my parents, all of their wedding photos at my apartment. So
perfect.
And my mom's wedding dress now.
Even better.
I know. It's crazy. Anyway, blushing bride.
Amazing.
Bridesmaids wearing pink.
So that's all for today.
That's all we have for this episode.
And we will see you next Monday.
Bye.